So I read a lot to my kids, naturally, because I'm a writer, so I like books. But it seemed to me that the stories were written more for the children than they were an adult. And sure, that's the way it should be. It's a kid's book. But when kids are really young and little and they can't read to themselves yet, mom and dad end up being the ones to read it to them. And when a book catches a kid's eye and the kid loves the book, you end up reading it all the time. So I thought, why not try and stretch that time that a parent has with the kids a little longer and engage them in conversation so that the parent is talking about their day and the kid is talking about their day. I had to really believe in myself enough to say, I can do this. Let me find help. Let me find a partner who we can bring this story to life and we can bring this brand of books to life.
When she told me that she wanted me to illustrate the books with her, that was basically like my dream job. I can't even imagine, like, in the back of my mind how hard of a process it would be to find or go through an agency to become like an illustrator for specific books. But like these would be like our books together and like there would be more of them. And so when she told me, I was like, oh my god, this has been my dream since I was like little, you have no idea.
I've always been really drawn to like images in, books and things like that, and even animation. I've always been a fan of like storytelling through pictures and graphic novels, and I would do like comic books when I was little all the time about like fairies and different stories and things like that. And I just always was doing that, even on like napkins in restaurants. With the people would come by and the waitresses would be like, can I have it? And I'm like, sure. If it made other people happy while it made me happy, then it had to be what I had to do for the rest of my life.
So I asked her if she would, illustrate Happy Too, and then she said yes, and then we talked about it and thought about it some more, and we both had a ton of different book ideas. It wasn't just like it would be Happy Too and that was it. So we thought, well, why don't we build a business? Why don't we build a line of books? So that's how By Your Side Books came to be.
Victoria read through the book, or through the story first, and then I would read it through my head. And my mind works that like even like the first time that she says like a story or something, that there's imagery going through my head. So I kind of even had the character in mind as soon as she was saying it. Like I can't hear something and not have images going through my brain. Knowing that my illustrations like have like give off like a feeling or an impactful feeling or a good feeling after you see them, because like that's what I got when I would watch like different animations or see different pieces of art, was after I saw them I felt really inspired. So I want like kids and like people and parents to like see the images and have like this same feeling of like joy from them every single time that they see them.
My oldest, Maribel, said, "This is your book, Mommy? Happy Too?" Because she had heard so much about it for so long. So I read it to them and they instantly loved it. They sang the little song and now they ask to read it pretty frequently. And Maribel, she's 4, she can't read yet, but she knows the whole story by herself. So you'd think she was reading it, but she's not. She's just memorized the pages and what they say. So when I first read it to them, I was a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because if they didn't like it, then I failed, right? But they did, and they really liked the questions at the back, and it was really sweet to be able to read it through with them and think about all the other families who would eventually get to read it together and the memories that they could make, because I was cherishing that memory with them. So I had hoped that, hey, hopefully this is multiplied times a lot, so, and that other families could feel the same.